That's one of the things I've always really respected about you is your insight into your patients and your team and how you really care about your patients and care about your team. And obviously you're very emotionally invested in your work and in those that you work with. Sometimes though that can be difficult, right? Because we've always been taught to really separate our emotions from what we're doing. And now we're kind of taking a thought process where we're trying to incorporate our emotions. So, what are your usual things that you can do to help yourself or to help you process things? What are your coping mechanisms that you have?
Yeah, it always helps to talk to someone about it. And my wife's a nurse, and I talk to her, and she understands what we go through. So she's a fantastic resource for me. I also talk to my pastor, and while she doesn't understand the medicine part of it, she sort of puts things into a broader perspective. And just reminds me that sadness and joy are part of the spiritual journey, and that life is bittersweet.
That's awesome, because when we went through the peaks of COVID and we were doing listening sessions, we heard so many people talk about they didn't have anyone to go home to, right? To who was in healthcare. Either they lived by themselves or they had someone else at home who was in some type of other job and really couldn't understand what they were doing at work or what they were going through emotionally because of work. So it's great that you have your spouse. Again, I've known you for so long and I didn't know your wife was a nurse, so that's awesome that you guys can be able to help each other in that way. And having the pastor is also great, because with the work we've done here, I've learned a lot from our pastoral service team, because they've really taught me a lot about well-being and about how to help support people. Is there anything that else that you do, hobbies, activities that help you cope with your stress or help you deal with your anxiety?
Yeah, sure. Exercise is a great stress reliever for me. And then listening to music, watching movies, all those help me move forward.
Great. And I just want to circle back on one thing you said a little bit earlier. You talked about how long do you carry this with you, and is this kind of natural? And really what we found in doing this work over the years is that it's normal to have feelings during some of these situations. And like we talked about, it can impact you professionally and it can impact you personally. And it's healthy to be able to go out and deal with them rather than just burying them in. You and I have done this long enough that we know how we were trained, right? You just take it in, take it in, take it in. And it's really good that I'm really happy that we had this opportunity to sit down and to talk about this. And hopefully this will help you process things as well.
Yeah, thanks so much. I think it will. I'm still worried about my team. The bedside nurse and everybody else who really invested so much into this patient. And in a way, knowing that they're all going through the same thing kind of validates my feelings. To be honest, it makes me feel like I'm not the weak one.
Well, we have our whole peer support team that are here to support not just you, but your whole team. So if you want to check back in with them, or if you just want to touch base with them and see if any of them would like to sit down either with me or with any member of our team, or if there's anything else that when you talk to your team that you guys come up with that you'd like to pursue, then please get in touch with either myself or any member of our team, and we'll see what we can do to support and to help.
Thanks so much. I think today might not be the right day. I think everybody just needs a little bit of time to process everything. But my next shift, I'm going to get everyone together and just have our own mini debrief. And then I would love it if you guys could sort of help us through this.
You bet. That's what we're here for.